Good day, YouTube. It is the 25th of October, 2023. We are back to working on this 1955 Cushman Truckster, sort of calling it the pit vehicle. It's a rig that I'm building that would be ideal in a pit area at a racetrack with a bunch of tools, compressor, generator, things like that, all housed in it for, somebody that might need something. Or if you're campaigning a car or whatever, none of which I need to do, but I just want to build this vehicle. So that's what we're doing. So got one other video out on it. You can catch that, kind of catch up, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So I've got levels all over this thing. I've leveled the vehicle forward to back, side to side, so that I could level this corner post, so that I got something to reference, to measure off of, so I can start squaring things off of a post. So got all the levels leveled, if they've stayed level. So I'll double check everything, that they haven't moved. Actually, that one has moved. Yeah. And then I'm going to weld this here. I have bolted through the Truckster, through the steel, with a nut on the inside. Okay, they're still allowed to move a little, so it's not jammed in there like super tight. Things are going to warp a little bit, flex a little bit when I weld it. I still need to be able to get this thing on and off. Okay, there might be, well, even just to paint the thing, gonna need to take it off. Don't know if those are the bolts I'm going to use or not, because they kind of stick in a little bit. We might do something different, weld a nut on the inside or something. I don't know. We'll figure this out as we go. But for now, I'm going to weld that and then start squaring the other corner posts up, so that I can start building the top and building the sides and building everything else. So let me get that done. All right, guys, it is the next day. It's the next morning, actually. I always like to sleep on things a minute, come back the next day and review my decisions from the day before. It's always a good thing, and I've come up with something. So when I cut the top, I cut these at 48 inches because the aluminum that I bought is 4 foot by 10 foot. I got 2 sheets coming. When I positioned this rear piece on yesterday, I realized this morning that I'm now 4 feet 1.5 inches, and obviously my sheet's not going to cover that. But I liked the idea when I studied this of my back door being hinged off of here and coming out past. So let me demonstrate with this. So my door will be framed out here, and then from up here will hinge out like so. Okay, I like that idea. The door's going to be a little wider all the way out to here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is leave that there. It's not welded, so I could change it and put it on the inside, but I don't like the look. So I'm going to end up bobbing these off because these are welded on. So I'm going to end up taking 1.5 inches off of these on both sides. No big deal. Okay, so I have everything tacked except for these upper pieces, which I clamped on last night, and then I just wanted to think about it overnight. So I have, and I'm glad I did. This got a little out of whack or whatever, so I've got it pulled into position with the strap. I got them paralleled, so I hope when I tack these together pretty good that it holds its square. It'll be fine. I decided I should clean out the bed of this thing. I still got things in there that shouldn't be in here. Inner tubes, tires. I did take the gallon of 2-stroke gasoline out of there yesterday, and my shirt. Anyway, I'll get this cleaned out. I picked up a little battery for like a garden tractor yesterday that I think I'm going to isolate the starting motor. Remember, this is a very early electric start. I'm going to isolate the starting motor with this battery, and then everything else, all the accessories and everything, will be run on a separate battery. So we'll keep them separate. That battery's junk, so I'll take it out for now. All right, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to go ahead and tack these upper pieces in, and might as well bob these off and get that over with and get this last piece across here that finishes that top. Now remember, we're going to have it arched, okay? So in the middle, we'll find center on all of these, and then we'll put a little piece up here, and then we're going to try to roll a piece of flat metal so that this roof has an arch. I've got a couple options for tools that roll things into arches, and I've never really used them much, so it'll be an opportunity to do that. But we'll need to roll 3. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Yeah, we need 4 because I got to put a piece across the center. Might as well do that too. For support, that's too wide to bridge lightweight aluminum. So we'll put one more across, and then we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 little pieces of square tube across as a support for the metal that's going to go across to hold the aluminum at an arch. And I thought what I would do, let me find a piece, I'll show you. So these doors aren't going to be sealed by any means. No gaskets, or they're not going to fit that tight to actually seal. But I thought what I would do is when the aluminum comes down across there, I thought I would attach it to a piece of flat bar, something like that. Okay, so we'll weight these, they'll be the full length 4 feet. We'll weight these until we get the metal bent, so we get these at the right angle. We'll clamp these on and weld them like that. And that gives me, a little gutter piece over, whatever we decide to center these. So that if it does get out in the rain, that the rain will come out past the door and they won't, it'll fall free. We won't get any water intrusion in there. So that's that. We'll of course box these ends up when we're done. So yeah, we got a ways to go. So let me get these tacked so I can free up some clamps. We'll get this piece cut, welded in. We'll shorten up these by 1.5 inches, get this piece cut, get it in. And then we can start doing other things, like I need a filler for this, probably down the center. This is not going to open in the front. From the inside, I'm probably going to put a piece of plywood or something in there, because I'm going to have a lot of things that's going to attach here, like the inverter, fuses, wiring, that kind of thing. It's going to mount up in here. We might even, if we put this support in, we might even put a battery box in here, although there'll be a platform here to sit. But I don't know. I don't want the weight up high, but I want the battery. Can't be down there on the floor because we got a drawer going in there. If we pick it up, it'll be out of the way. So we'll look into that. So lots of things, lots of ideas. Let's get started. I spent a few hours. I ran to the Home Depot, get some hinges. Yep, here's where we're at. So here's a change of plan. I did not weld this piece in because I sat on this thing, and now that I've lowered this thing, remember I started off kind of high? Yeah, that's too low. But I gotta have the look of the C cab. Remember, we're gonna kind of do this here. I want that look, so I'm leaving these out. We're gonna have to, kind of duck underneath. And there may be enough room depending on the arch that I put in the roof. So I may put a little higher arch in and just put this hoop in so I can put the roof over top like I wanted to, and have all of my head clearance. I was actually hoping to have a mini overhead console looking from the inside with items up there, but that's probably not going to happen now because I don't have the head height. So it sure looks like I do, but I don't. So that's that. So I got the middle one welded in. I went ahead and cut steel for my first side door. I capped these ends. I just cut up some scrap square tube and made some caps. So I got those welded in and ground down, so I got a flat surface to install the hinge on. So I got these hinges thin and whatever, so that I can install them this way. So all I see is that hinge, and I don't want to install them this way. Okay, yucky. So I'm going to install them this way. Hope it works. I actually went online, looked at weld-on hinges, and they're all too big and bulky for something like this. I kind of wanted them trim and thin and so forth. So I've got enough clearance, you know, in here. Yeah, this one's going to go this way to fit those in, and she should touch, just touch, maybe just miss when it closes. So we're working with that. So I'm going to weld this on. Gonna have to do a little more than just plug weld these through the holes, but I'll start off just plug welding them through the holes, and then I'll grind them flat, and then I want to kind of mock this up, make sure that it fits well, and then we'll bring it back down. We'll weld around the edges, grind it smooth, so that everything closes good, and we'll go from there. And then we'll put this side door on. I kind of want to close it with a magnetic latch, and then I do want a gas shock. So once we get it done, I'll have to put a center support in this because that would be too big of an area for floppy aluminum siding, and yeah, so we're gonna have to have some additional support, so that'll be fine. So we're getting there. It's not even noon yet, and we're making a little bit of progress. Here we go. All right, guys, here's an update. I've got the hinges plug welded to this, and now I have it up into place. And very difficult because I'd have to open up this door to get these hinges welded under here. So I marked the hinge that needs to be welded to here. I'm gonna weld it here, here, and here. And then I'll do the other side. I didn't put the hinges on exactly the same way, so I'll weld this one and this one from up here because they're stuck here anyway. Then I can open it up, clamp those up. I mean, I can open this all the way up so that I can weld that better. I don't think I need more than a plug weld now that I have welded it. It welded very well, so I'm good with that. I've got good clearance in here, nice and square, so that thing opens good. So I'm very happy with what's going on here. The back door is going to be the full width, so it's going to come face off with this. So this will open, this will open. Yeah, you get it. Again, I'll have to drop one support down the center, but yeah, this is coming together. So I'm going to weld those hinges, and this door will be kindly hung. Nothing's fully welded yet in case something has to change, but it's welded good enough to hold its structure. All right, here we go. All right, guys, it is the end of my day. Wife and I go to dinner every day, 6 o'clock, so 5:30-ish, and we're out of here. So I got accomplished pretty much what I wanted to for the day. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I wanted to get all of the side doors done so that I can think about the drop-down workbenches. I've got them all held shut with magnets on the inside, and I have magnets coming. We're going to put magnetic catches down here somewhere or another, but they can't interfere with the table, so we're going to weight those. But I got magnets coming, and I have struts coming. I did some mock-up earlier, and I want like a 20-inch strut with like 8 inches of extension, and I think I ordered 40 pounders. I don't know, something on that order. I only ordered one pair. I think I only need one for this door, one for that door. I might put 2 on the back in case we hang something from it or whatever, but I'll get a couple and we'll see how they work. Mock them up, see how they work. So yeah, these are all functioning. Yep, fit good. I knew that magnet was gonna fall. Worked good. Will the other magnet fall? Nope. And this one worked good. Hold the door, do your job. So tomorrow, if I get opportunity to work on this tomorrow, I want to mock up the inside. So this is going to come up over center, right? Because we had to build this shorter. We're going to have this drop down work surface. Okay, got to figure out just how long this is going to be, how far it's going to come out. Doesn't have to come all the way out here. Maybe it's a foot or 14 inches or something. I'm going to have to think about how my strut things are going to work. If they're going to come on the inside, then I got to make this shorter. Or maybe I put the struts out here in the world where you can see them. But I got to have my C-cab thing. All these things I'll think about tonight. That's why I wanted to get to this level today. So, with that said, what I ended up doing was I just plug welded the hinge on both sides. Can you see in there? Yeah, you can. I had to grind them flat so it would close. And to get this thing fitted, I welded every other tab on the hinge like that. I think tomorrow I'm going to come back and tack the other side to here just to give it some added strength. I think that will be good. Once it's painted, you really won't notice that they are also tacked there just to give it more strength. So tomorrow, I want to get these benches figured out. We're going to have to put center supports so we have something to attach our aluminum to. So I have one on each side, so there's 4 of those to do. And then we need to build the drawer. Got to figure out how that's going to look. I went in kind of pricing lumber and how heavy it is and things. I'm not positive what that looks like yet, but we're working on it. And we got to build the bumper. So still got a lot of building to do. We got a lot of square tubing to use and so forth. I've been into Harbor Freight today kind of looking at jacks. I'm going to have to pick that jack up about time we build that bumper, so we build it for that jack. So, all right, guys, that's progress for today. That's enough for today for our old guy. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, it is the next day. I've been, kind of engineering in the brain a little bit. I should find my piece of steel here. Here's what's going to happen today, we hope, anyway, is we're going to get these flop-down workbenches done. The things to think in and to keep in mind, look out for is I got to have strut in here to hold this door up. So I got to leave room. I can't, this is going to teeter off of here and I can't have it tight. I got to leave a gap. So we're going to do that. We're going to make this piece about 13.5 inches long to give us about a 12-inch work surface. That's kind of the plan anyway. I don't know, maybe we could come all the way back here. Yeah, we might do that. So we might have a whole 13.5 inches. I think that's far enough. It allows you to kind of reach over and stuff. And then, this is going to pivot back up this way. Okay, it's going to rest here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put rivet nuts in, or nut certs, if you want to call them that. I've drilled a 9/16 hole in both sides for a 3/8 nut cert. Then we're going to eventually drill this out. We're going to put a little backing in here or some support, weld some washers on. Probably what we're going to do, weld washers on. Give it a little support. So that we can put a long bolt in with a spacer here. Let that pivot. So that's what we're going to do. If you're not familiar with nut certs, or rivet nuts. So I actually got a couple videos on them, but you can buy, this is a larger tool to do up to like 3/8. Maybe it'll do 1/2 inch. I don't have the dies for 1/2 inch, so, but I have some nut certs for it. And then you can buy a smaller one to do, you know, like 8/32, 10/32, 1/4 that kind of deal. This will do 1/4 also. So you put your nut cert insert, you thread it on, then it goes in like a pop rivet into the steel. I'll move you closer. And you just put her in there. So, that was the correct size. Maybe I gotta waller it out. Yeah, I didn't have it all the way to that last step. My bad. Okay, so then you insert the nut cert into the hole and you pull this like a pop rivet. I'm gonna have to get behind this because it's a good size rivet. Okay, I'm not quite there, so I'm gonna loosen that up. I'm gonna tighten this. I'm gonna take another pull on it. Not quite there yet. I'm gonna take another spin on it. Oh, I'm spinning the die. There we go. It's been a minute. And then you thread this out. Long-winded, and there you go. Now you got a nut inserted. Now we'll do the other one. Okay. Can't go too far on this thing. Take it little bit. There we go. Remember, they don't break off like a pop rivet. If you break it off, you broke it. You just want them nice and tight. All right. Nut certed, and now you can just thread your 3/8 bolt right in there. So I got long bolts to bolt this through, and we're gonna make or build a spacer of some kind in there. Yeah, gotcha. All right, so 13.5 out, and then whatever this dimension is, I'm gonna leave 1 inch on this side for my gas strut. I'm going to leave just a little space on this side, not too much, just for a washer, just to give it clearance. Little thing will come up and down. We'll put some sort of, I don't know, stop or magnet or something. We'll figure it out. We got this. Here we go. All right, guys, remember what the goals were at the beginning of the day today? It's like, I don't know, 3 o'clock, something like that. I've had some other things going on and sold some stuff today. It's been a good day. It's a beautiful day outside, actually. So the idea was to get the drop-down work surfaces done today. Ta-da! Ta-da! I got a little adjusting to do on that. Nothing on this whole vehicle is fully welded yet, and we'll get to that. I just want to keep creating. Let me get one of my magnets here to use as a hood prop. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So I'll bring in and show you kind of my design here. So remember we put the nutserts in here. I just use washers as a spacer. I don't know if I'll do anything more than that or not. I did put a fender washer on and welded it onto both sides. I got a little fitting to do on the other one over there. I don't quite have that piece done yet, but that'll give it a little bit of strength. And the other thing I did was I got that hole off just a little bit. So I drilled the hole out bigger, and then I used the washer to put the hole in the correct spot and then just tack that washer on. When I get around to fully welding all of this, I'll fully weld the washer. I think how this is going to be is a piece of plywood in the center. I'll weld the corner tabs that are down about 3/4 of an inch and then put 3/4 inch plywood in so everything flushes out. And then we'll paint all the wood and the metal. I like Rust-Oleum, oil-based paint. And then once a year or something, when it gets all scuffed up stuff, you can just repaint it. So anyway, we got both of them done. Again, I got some adjustments to do on the right side. Passenger side? Is there a passenger side on a vehicle with only one seat? I don't know. It's a little tight over here, so I'll show you. But yeah. So this one has to be adjusted. Remember, I will drill the holes out a little big, use the washers to center it, and then tack them on. That'll get this adjusted properly. And then might have to build some sort of stop. Let me take you around and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Some sort of stop on this that keeps it from going all the way back. It might have to be down here to be out of the way. Remember, we got a gas strut going up here. And then I've ordered some magnets, but I might change my mind for parking these side doors. So I might take I got one, hang on. So this is one of those magnetic tool rails. I use this actually with my plasma cutter as a guide. You can set this down and it sticks really good. We might put that under here like so, and then let this come up again. I don't know, I'll have to like temporary it on there and see what it takes to open the door. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Hopefully I can get it off like that from the back side. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if it'll come off or not. So I don't know if it will or not. This might be too much magnet, but anyway, if you got the idea, this from the back side will do that. Back here. Bang. So I'll just weld a couple tabs down here back enough to where this thing bang hits that. So oh boy, it might be too much, but we'll see. Maybe a piece of duct tape or something. Yeah. Okay, so next for this is the draw out bed slide. So you guys are gonna have to come back next episode for that. We're gonna end this one right here. It's getting long and lean, and I'm anxious to start the bed slide, hoping the ideas come together. I'm not even positive if I'm going to make it out of square tube. I should have enough to do it, or I've got some other materials, so we'll see how it comes together in my mind. Gives me something to think about tonight. Guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. Thumbs up on the way out. We'll see you guys on the next video.